Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is your girl Nubian Princess. So guys, if you haven't already liked and subscribed to my channel, make sure you do so. Make sure you also get your subscription. It's only $2.99. And yeah, my channel has a lot of different content. I have content about my life, my updates. I recently had a child, so my child right now is about 8 months, 8.5 months actually. And then also I have my pregnancy journey on my channel. I recently had lock extensions that I took out. I had about 2 installs for the lock extensions. And then now I'm also doing the loose natural hair thing, so you can follow me on that journey as well. But I just have different things, and then I build stuff. I put stuff together. I might have a rant. Might have anything that is going on. Basically, this is like a video documentation of my life. And then what happens is behind the scene footages, you can see those if you are a member for $2.99. There's going to be a lot of videos that I'm not going to show of my daughter. That's going to be behind the paywall for $2.99 and stuff like that. So if you're interested in knowing how it's going with me as a first-time mom, as a black female in the United States of America, and I also like to travel, please make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. And then also I am trying out this microphone. I noticed that the last video that I put up where I was initially using the microphone, it got a lot of views and a lot of people thumbs up the video. So it looks like the microphone is better to use. So I'm going to start using the microphone. And then also I've also been told in the past that I have a radio voice. So sorry guys, right now I am washing dishes. I have to wash these dishes because I don't want to leave dishes out. I noticed that after they did construction in my house, I noticed ants the other day, and then I noticed gnats, like you know those gnats that fly in, those fruit flies, y'all might call them fruit flies. But they fly in, I don't know where they come from, but I know they come from little cracks or openings from outside. And so they tend to fly in and gather around anything that you have that's laying out as far as food goes. So the best thing for you to do is make sure you don't have any food, but it's not bad. It's not bad to where, you know, they're like entering my mouth or anything. It's just once in a while I'll see like 1 or 2. It's just annoying, so in order to avoid that, I decided to wash or not leave the dishes in the sink. Because the old me before, I would soak up my dishes for like 24 or 48 hours before I washed them. Like, there's 2 chores that I hate doing. I hate washing dishes. Hate it with a passion. Hate it with a big passion. I don't know about you guys, but I hate washing dishes. The other thing is, I hate folding and putting away laundry. I can do laundry all day. Like, if you give me like a big pile of laundry, I will separate it. I will do it correctly. I will wash everything. But after you wash it and it comes out the dryer and it's now time for you to put it up, that's the worst part that I hate. But I think washing dishes is probably way worse than that one. Between those two, I don't know which one. I don't know which one is the worst one. So, I know I look a hot mess right now. Please do excuse the mess. I am at home. But I had to come on here real quick and update you guys on a couple of things that's going on in my life. So, as you guys may not already know, I recently traveled. And when I traveled, I took the baby with me because I wanted the baby to travel and see her father, who's out of country. So we went to go see her father. We spent some time in Nigeria, and then we came back. But before I left, it took me a while to get her passport. You know, the United States of America kept rejecting my application because they said that the father had to sign a consent form. It was just a lot of hassle. So when they finally approved everything, let me just say this. I'm going to make this short because I'm going to do a different video to let you know what process or how I did the passport. So if you're interested in knowing how I did the passport, please make sure you like, subscribe, and also comment and let me know if you want to know how I did my child's passport. She's 8 months, and I actually applied for her passports when she was, when did I apply? We're in May, so I applied for her passport when she was about 6.5 months old. So it took me a very long time to get it. It might have been 5 months, I'm not sure. But I was trying to travel back in February, and they kept denying my application. So I had to change my flight 2 times. 2 times I had to change my flight. So, but I was determined. There's something about me, when I put my mind to something, I'm always going to get it done. Like, if I put my mind to something, I'm going to get it done. So, I got it done. And I was so happy. But anyways, the whole point of me bringing that up is, during the time that I traveled to go out of country, make a long story short, I ended up losing my job. So, I used to work from home. I mean, I'm what you call like an independent contractor. So I work for myself. And then what I do is I go on different platforms to where I can sign up and do like a side gig. And most of those platforms will have different companies that hire customer service representatives. So I work as a customer service independent contracting representative. So I did that. I've been doing that for the past 2.5 to 3 years since my brother passed away. I can't go back to the office setting. I can't work out of the office. I have major anxiety. I have issues with being around people. You know, I just don't like the office setting. Mentally, it's not good for me. Physically, I'm just not comfortable. And so I would rather work from home. And then now that I have a child, it's so much easier as far as on me financially. I don't have to use gas, because I used to travel like 45 minutes to an hour to go to work. So now I don't have to pay for gas to go to work. You know, now I don't have to just do all those crazy things, right? So, I'm right here, guys. I am just cooking. So I used to have to do all those crazy things as far as driving to work, be in traffic, and all that stuff. So now I don't have to do that anymore, and I'm so happy. But in the meantime, sorry guys, I'm trying to make some pepper soup. I want to see if you guys want to see it. You want to see it? You want to see what it looks like? So this is what I'm trying to make. Some catfish pepper soup. Can you see it? Okay. So in the meantime, I've been working from home as an independent contractor. And that job has been paying me. It's okay. It's not like you don't make a lot of money. You know, but it's something to where I can pay a bill. I can pay a light bill. I can pay gas. I can pay water bill. You know, everything as far as my light, water, and everything. You know, it adds up. So I can pay all those things. Sorry, guys, the pepper. Whew. Anyways, so like I was saying, I can pay all those things while I'm working from home. And then I also get to take care of the baby. So you notice when I had the baby, I don't know if I told you guys, I was able to work right after I had the baby, like 2 weeks after I had the baby. But it was very difficult with a newborn because she kept crying. And, you know, sometimes I had to make phone calls. But I was able to maneuver around it. I just told my supervisor that, look, I might not be able to work the 25 hours requirement that you guys require us to do every week. That I might be able to get 10 or 15 hours, but I'm trying because I don't want to lose my contract with you. So they worked with me for about 30 days on that type of schedule to where they did not require me to meet the 30-hour mark, the 25-hour mark. Other representatives or agents that came after me, they have a 30-hour minimum. I had a 25-hour minimum because at this point I've been with the company like over 6-7 months. So it was like the new hires that were like required to do 30 hours. I came in on a contract where I was required to do 25 hours. So sorry guys if I'm talking too much or too fast. So with the work from home job, I really liked it because I worked with a company. It was a pharmacy company, And with that pharmacy company, I was able to refill drugs. So basically, if you had a refill for, let's say, Tylenol, right? I would get your claim, and then I would process the refill to try to get it paid by the insurance. Sometimes the insurance would pay 100%, sometimes they wouldn't. And if they did not pay 100%, it was my job to call them and say, hey, what happened? How come you guys left $40 or $50? And then they would explain to me that's the member's policy, or they would say that the member has not met the deductible or something. It's always something. But if it was a mistake on our end, I would try to get an authorization number to get it processed so that way they don't have a copay. So that's pretty much how the job was. So it was really, really easy as far as the job description goes. But sometimes you would come across scenarios where you would try to reach out for help, and because you were your own business and you were working for yourself, you paid your own taxes. They didn't take your tax out of your paycheck every week. They wanted you to basically be independent and figure it out yourself. So it was hard to find people to help you answer questions sometimes. Then they had like cliques, like if you're not part of the clique, you don't get answers and stuff like that. So it was just weird. Like even as an independent contractor and you work from home and you don't get to see people still somehow click up in these organizations. And I've never been like the person to be in a clique. I'm always like an independent person. I don't like to follow the crowd. I'm not a follower. I don't have to kiss your ass. Like I'm going to do whatever I want to do as long as I'm being professional. If there's something wrong and I see that you're doing something wrong, I'm going to tell you that you're doing it wrong. If you don't like me telling you, I don't know what to tell you, but I'm going to be honest with you and let you know that you're doing it wrong. So a lot of people don't like that. So a lot of times my supervisor will come to me and tell me, hey, you did this work, this work wrong. And I would explain like the reason why I did it this way is because the patient told me this, but either way, they would still find a reason and say, this is not what the policy says, blah, blah, blah. I said, okay, no problem. So I was always giving them pushback, but not pushback in a disrespectful way. I was always respectful. My motto in life is treat people the way you want to be treated. So I was always nice, courteous, and professional. But I didn't do extra. I didn't go out of my way to befriend or spend time with anybody on the weekend and stuff like that. So whenever I would ask questions in the group chat, literally it would be silent, like crickets. It would be like, cricket. Nobody would answer. But somebody else would ask a question in the group chat and everybody, that they were friends with in the clique would jump on there and respond. So basically what I'm saying is if you're not a part of the clique, you didn't get your answers answered. So a lot of times when they came to me with feedback, like the supervisors, I'd be like, well, I would always make sure that I post the question in the chat. So that way I can be like, well, I asked in the chat and nobody answered. So I had to figure it out and do it the best way possible. So either way, they never let me go because of that. My performance as far as my metrics was not as high as everybody else. So everybody else was able to get through as many claims as possible, but mine was a little bit behind. And that's because I focus more on quality than quantity. A lot of these companies are all about quantity. They want you to push it out. But I'm like, I'm not going to rush and mess up somebody's prescription order because you want me to push out quantity. So I was always focused on doing the right thing. So I think that's why the company valued or kept me. But at the end of the day, there was something that I did. I messed up. Big time. So when I messed up big time and violated one of the policies, they had to let me go. They had no other choice. They said you cannot work using a VPN. And they found that I had a VPN that I was using. So they let me go. So I accepted that loss. I tried to see if they would keep me. I couldn't even lie and pretend. I was just like, I just knew that, yes, I deserved it. So they let me go, and I was glad that they didn't come after me, legally, but they let me go. So at the end of the day, I was, appreciative of them, but I really missed the job because the job was like it was like 60% working as far as not paperwork, but doing the claims on the computer, and then 40% of the time you would call. When I first joined, it was like 75% no calls, and then 25% calls. Like it was like, I don't know how to explain it, guys. It was just like you didn't really get to have to make calls unless it was like very necessary, So I like the fact that I wasn't on the phone with customers all day long. So you could work like 8-10 hour shifts, and then you could schedule your own schedule. So that means that if I woke up at like 6 a.m., Because they usually start work by like 7 a.m. Eastern time, which is 8 p.m. our time or something like that. They're like 1 hour ahead. So they started work at 7. Yeah, either way, they were like 1 hour ahead of us because I'm Central time and they were Eastern time. So they would work at 8. Sorry, they started work at 8 Eastern time, 8 a.m. Eastern time. And you could work from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. Eastern time, which is 10 p.m. Central time, my time. So my time, to translate that to Central time, is I could schedule anytime between 7 a.m. and 10 p.m. So sometimes I would wake up, and then I asked them after I had the baby, I was like, because I don't know when the baby is going to be sleeping, I cannot schedule ahead of time, because they will want you to submit your schedule a week or two ahead of time and pick what days and times you want to work. So I asked them, I said, please, because I just have a newborn, can I schedule whenever she's asleep? So as soon as she falls asleep, I'll just pop online and schedule, because they always had slots open. So my supervisor said yes. So they allowed me, you know? So that's how I was doing it for a while. And I was so happy, because my baby girl would fall asleep. And when she fell asleep, I would, like, let's say she woke up at like 5 a.m. She'll fuss and whine and cry, and I'll play with her till about, let's say, 8, 9 a.m. As soon as she fell asleep, even if she fell asleep at 8:15, I would hop online real quick and try to sign up by 8:30, because the blocks were in 30-minute blocks. So each scheduled block was 30 minutes. So if you wanted to work 1 hour, you would sign up for 2 blocks, because it was 30 minutes for each block. So let's say she fell asleep by 8:30. I would quickly sign up from 8:30 to 9 and do 9:30 to 10 in hopes that I would have at least 1 hour. Then if I was getting closer to the hour, I would go back to the schedule and schedule from 9 to 10 and just keep doing that and keep scheduling as time goes by. And I notice that she's still sleeping. But once she wakes up, then I can't schedule anymore. I quickly close out that 30-minute block that I'm on, and then I go back to taking care of her. So I would be able to get in, I try to get in 5 hours every day, but the 5 hours are spread. So just like I told you, whenever she fell asleep, that's when I would hop online really quick and schedule and start working. So that's what I loved about the job. I love the fact that I could schedule my own schedule. But the only downside of the job, depending on if you're looking for a work from home job, is it doesn't pay as much. Like, it pays very little, but the pay is for people that are looking for like a side hustle. So like, instead of going out to do DoorDash and do delivery or drive Uber, and you can save money on gas, you can save money on wear and tear in your car, you can save the stress of going outside in the sun, in the rain, in the cold, whatever, and just work from home. So this hustle is like a side hustle. Now, a lot of people did it for full-time jobs, you know, a lot of work from home moms or retired people, they did it for full-time jobs, and it was like extra income for them. And it was so easy because they did it from the comfort of their home. So it all depends on what you want to use it for. But don't complain about them paying you very little. Don't complain about them not paying you for training, because you are literally working for yourself. You are your own business. You are basically coming in as like let's say I came in as Nubian Princess. I'm like, hi, I'm bringing Nubian Princess business over here, and I want to service for you as a customer service representative. And then I would look for a client. So let's say Walmart was on there. I would now go and apply for Walmart. And if I meet the requirements for the job, Walmart would say, okay, they would move me forward. They would do a drug test. Sometimes they didn't. Sometimes they did. It all depends on the job. But I usually focus on the health care jobs. So I would do a drug test sometimes. And then when I get hired, I can start the job. But I like the whole independent contracting job. So that's what I was doing. So I did that, and I was able to get by. But like I said, they recently let me go like 2 months ago. So now I haven't had a job for like 2 months. And it was not bad when I was out of country, because I was busy with the baby and my husband, and we were spending time together. But when I came back to the US, I'm still busy with the baby, but I feel weird not working. Like, over here in America, you cannot just chill and not work. If you don't work, it feels like you're going to end up losing something, you know? Like, you keep stressing about how you're going to pay your bill next month. I have so many bills I have to pay, you know, rent, water, lights, gas, there's so many things, car, insurance, So when you're not working and you're not earning any income, you're like basically scared. You're like, what am I going to do? How am I going to make this money? so so I've been kind of worried about it, but I just kind of relaxed and told myself that if all else fails, if I can't do anything else, I will figure it out. So I have been applying for work from home jobs, and I happened to land a work from home job recently, and I'm so happy. And I wanted to start sharing all these platforms that I've worked for, for people that might be interested. So if you're interested in learning how to work from home and you're willing to do a side hustle or a job where you make extra money on the side and you don't care about how much it is, you just want to make something, and you can work anywhere in the United States, let me know in the comments. Let me know if you're interested, and I will give you guys that information, because I literally have about 5 platforms that I can tell you about. I have 5 platforms that I can tell you about how you can work from home. You just have to make sure you have the right computer or laptop, the right memory space, the right internet as far as your speed goes, and then the right equipment as far as the cord. You cannot work wireless, and you cannot use an Apple computer. You have to use a regular computer that has Windows 10 or 11, and then you cannot work wireless. You have to plug into the modem using a Ethernet cord. So I would like to share that information and not gatekeep it. So that way you guys know how you can work from home and earn extra money working out of any place in the United States. But I need to know if you guys are interested in knowing about stuff like that. But I just wanted to come on here and just tell you guys that I got a job. So I'm happy. I mean, I'm going to do the job like part-time or whatever you want to call it. It's full-time, but not really. I don't know how to explain it, but I'm going to do the job, and, like I said, it doesn't pay that much, but it pays enough for me to cover my bills. And my focus right now is spending time with my child. I want to be present in my child's life and the things that she does. And so I'm going to see what this job looks like. The schedule right now is a bit weird. I'm able to sleep in and then, what do you call it? Stay up late. So we'll see. But I just need to do what I can to survive in this United States of America. So thank you guys so much. I just wanted to basically come in here and let you guys know that I had lost my job about 2 months ago, and then I got a job. So if you lose your job, don't lose hope. Just keep looking. But let me tell you something, guys. There's a lot of people that don't have a job and they complain. They complain about the economy. They complain about nobody hiring. Somebody's going to hire you. You just have to keep looking. I had so many denials. Like, I got 2 emails about 2 jobs that rejected me earlier today. Like, you're going to get denials, but just because people don't want you does not mean that the next person won't. So you have to be comfortable and okay with getting rejected. If you get rejected, that's fine. The next job is going to accept you, but you have to keep applying. And then when you fill out these applications online, especially for work from home, pay attention to the assessment. You have to score good on the assessment for them to consider you. And a lot of times it's the AI system that's picking or pushing your application through. So make sure if you are in a house where there's people distracting you, make sure you take 45 minutes to yourself to fill out those assessments. What I mean by that is don't be distracted. Don't have anything that's making you fail the assessments or not completing it on time, because a lot of them are timed. So like with this platform that I used to get a job, the first time I applied, I can show you the application. I'm going to show you guys later. I can show you the platform. I have about 12 or 15 applications that I applied for. If you look at all of them, it says under consideration, being reviewed, whatever it is. Under review. And then there's one that says rejected. Those under review ones, I didn't think that they were going to look at them. I just felt like because the AI system did not kick me forward, because a lot of these YouTube videos that I saw is like they said that once you get through the assessment, if they don't push you forward, then that means that you probably didn't get the job. So I just assumed I didn't get it. But they finally called me today, and it was a healthcare remote position. So I get to work from home. But the only difference is it's not an independent contracting job. So it looks like I might have to do a W-2 and get taxes taken and everything. But at least I get benefits, because Lord knows I need those benefits for my daughter. So anyways, make sure you pay attention to those assessments. Please do not rush those. Don't rush those assessments. Sorry, I can't talk. Don't rush those assessments. But I cannot wait to start the job and see how it is. They said I'm going to be dealing with older patients, so I have to be patient and listen to them. They might be angry, and that's fine. But the whole goal is, the whole thing I like about the job is they're not going to push me to hurry up and get through a phone call. They said that as long as I get the problem solved with the patient, I can take as long as I need to. So I'm happy with that. So I'm going to let you guys know how the job goes. I'm going to work it obviously for the training is kind of long. The training is like a long time. So once I get through the training, hopefully I get through it, I'm going to let you guys know. By God's grace, I will, because I don't ever start something that I can't finish. So I'm going to let you guys know how it is, how I'm enjoying the job, and I'm going to let you know how to look for jobs using these work from home platforms that I've been using. I have 5 good ones I can recommend. So if you're interested in knowing the 5 good work from home platforms that you can do in the United States, you have to be in the United States. If you want to know what they are, let me know. Comment, like, subscribe, and get your membership for $2.99, because this is information that I'm going to put behind the paywall. Yes, behind the paywall, I'm going to take my time explaining it to you, so that way if you have questions, we can chat, you can directly message me and everything. So make sure you get your $2.99. But in the public, as far as the YouTube subscription goes, I will let you know 1 or 2, but if you want to know more than that, you have to subscribe. You have to. So get your membership. Make sure you stay tuned. Trying to see what else. As far as hair goes, this is what I got going on with my hair. All I did was just braid single braids. I didn't do anything specific. So that's it. And that's what I'm rocking. So it is what it is. I'm going to carry this until, it gets old. And then I'm going to rebraid it again. I just keep doing that. I have a surprise for you guys later. So stay tuned. I want to go ahead and cut this video because I don't want it to be too long. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let me get back to making my food. And then, yeah, your girl got a job now. I got a job. But we'll see how long it's going to last, because I need something that's not going to stress me out. So we'll see. So thank you for watching the video. Make sure you like and subscribe and get your membership. Again, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. I love you guys. Bye.